This Tri-Media Zaleski Sports presentation brought to you by Arby's. Granton, Wisconsin, a small community nestled in the quietness of Clark County, incorporated in 1916. Granton once boasted a population of over 500 residents. Today, the village is home to 351. Granton is one of the smallest communities in the state of Wisconsin with its own public school. With limited enrollment and tax base, it's understandably a challenge to offer everything that the large schools can. With other large schools in the area providing a full complement of programs and learning, and a thriving Amish community with their own schools, it might seem practical for this small village to abandon their school and send their students elsewhere. Yet, the 351 residents support the school wholeheartedly, proving it recently while passing a $2 million referendum for swimming pool reconstruction. With an average of 19 students per graduating class, it can be a challenge assembling a full roster. Boys basketball coach Randy Jennings participates in boys basketball practice, and the girls team has a steady diet of 3-on-3 practice drills. Neither group fields a JV team. So if I told you it had been over 20 years since the girls basketball team had a competitive season, 4 years since the team had won a conference game, and over 2 years since a win of any kind, you might understand. Former Granton Bulldog Carrie Sternitsky, a 1993 graduate, on what it was like to play with a state tournament berth on the line.
We did my junior year. We made a deep run in the playoffs. We lost the game right before the state tournament. So that was heartbreaking to lose the game right before state, but it was also thrilling and fun to be able to be in that position and go that far in the playoffs. With the team, with the girls I was playing with since, grade school.
Principal Julie Kolarik on the challenges and benefits of current school enrollment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think one of the things that drew me to this area is that close-knit. It's certainly our basketball team, but it permeates the entire school. We have such a great support system for all of our kids. Yes, our enrollment is small, but boy, some people might look at that and be like, wow, their enrollment is small, but the opportunities that we have for these kids and the relationships that we build with these kids, you can't beat it. You really can't beat it. And you saw that, with the basketball team.
As the Bulldogs set out to take on the 2017-2018 campaign, the losses started to accumulate. Yet along the way, a funny thing was happening. The girls were having fun, and they believed in each other. That takes us to January 9th, Granton hosting Spencer, 58 seconds left, and the Bulldogs down by 1. They hadn't been this close in over 2 years.
I see Rhiannon out at the three-point line, so I throw it to her.
You got the ball in your hands. What's going through your mind?
I wasn't paying any attention to the clock because I knew that we still had time left, so I was like, okay, I'm going to get it and I'm going to square up and shoot it right away. And as soon as I let it go, I knew that it was going in, but I had no idea how much time was left. And then as soon as our coach was yelling, start pressing, I looked up and saw that we were ahead.
I don't remember if I saw it go in or not, but I knew it went in after everybody was yelling and stuff.
The way they were playing and shooting that night, I thought it was great. Rhiannon's done a great job with the three-point shooting this year. She's really kind of stepped it up big time from last year, and I'm really happy with that. So when Elena or Kristen was driving it down the lane, and I saw her have traffic on her, I was hoping she would kick it out and not try to force the shot up, and she did exactly that. She drew the defense in, opened up Rhiannon on the outside, and it was a perfect dish, just like we were looking for.
So Granton up by 2, and after a Spencer turnover, they head back to the free throw line with a chance to seal the game.
I was shaking a lot, and I was like, this is where it matters. These are when the free throws count. This is where I need to make these. And everything was just flashing through, and everything was all blurry.
Yeah, I bet it was.
And I was shaking. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah!
No, I was not confident, but like I was like freaking out, like, oh my gosh, we need to get back on defense. Everyone else isn't on defense yet. And I didn't want to be the only one down there with 3 other Spencer girls down there. But I definitely knew as soon as that we were up by, well, we were up by 4. I knew that after Kristen made the 2 that we had it in the game, but I couldn't get too cocky or worried yet. So it was definitely a good feeling.
Yeah.
I think that they were confused somewhat because like we were all crying and like they didn't know what to do, but after they heard like that we haven't won a game in 3 years, that they were like, oh, I see. But it was definitely a lot of emotions, and we were all we still freak out about it today looking back watching the game, but yeah.
Our team was so happy because we haven't won a game in over, like a conference game in like 4 years. So we were all like super emotional, and we got back and we all just, we were hugging and crying, and then all our pictures we were like crying, and it was a really emotional moment.
Oh boy, actually I sent a text message to Mr. Klein, I believe, down in Pittsville. He's a good friend of mine, used to coach here, and we played a non-conference game with him, and he was one of the first ones that I had sent it to. And he was also going to be playing Spencer the next week, you know, so I kind of, you know, we talked a little bit back and forth about that. But most of the family was here, so that was kind of neat. I think my sister was one of them that we contacted as well. But, you know, the crowd was awesome that night, just the energy that they had, the emotions. I don't think there was a dry eye in the whole gym that night, but it was great to have that good feeling. It was cool.
The next day, all of Granton was talking about the win.
Our principal.
Yeah? What did she say?
She came up and she was like, wow, 19 points, good job. And she just said that to everybody. Like, she came up to us and she's like, congratulations on your win.
Our principal, she bought us donuts, and like we had it on our morning announcements, and our whole school was still pretty crazy about it.
Amazing. So again, you know, that this game comes to play. I didn't have an opportunity to go to that game, and then the next day I said, hey, I didn't even ask anybody because the school was a buzz. I mean, it was just a buzz with the kids winning their first game. So I had talked to Andy Radloff, who's our assistant coach, the varsity. I said, well, big news, I heard that you won. And he said, yeah, we won, the girls were really jazzed. And it was just absolutely fantastic. So the first thing that I did is, you know, I made a point to find all the girls and say, hey, congratulations, whether in the halls or wherever I caught them. Sent them all an email that said, hey, I'm so proud of you. Some little quote from some, you know, famous basketball player that says, you know, if you're doing your best, you're doing your best, and then it pays off. And then, you know, I thought, God, I'm so happy for them. They're so excited. I thought, what kid doesn't like donuts? And, you know, I checked with the coaches first and went out and got them some donuts, and had them right before practice for that little sugar high, I think.
Thank you for watching this Tri-Media Zaleski Sports presentation, brought to you by Arby's, 1501 South Central Avenue, Marshfield, 3110 8th Street South, Wisconsin Rapids, 726 East Broadway Avenue, Medford, 1825 Plover Road, Plover.